Hello, happy holidays, happy almost New Year, and thank you so much for pressing play on today's video. You're catching me pre-braid appointment. I figured I'd do this video with my hair out since I never really show my hair out on this channel anymore. But anyway, the new year is around the corner. Also, I hope you've had a happy holiday and you're excited for 2024. And it just got me thinking about a couple of things. The first being, I've realized that I'm quite avoidant when it comes to goal setting and planning my new year. I just find it to be like incredibly daunting and overwhelming. Even though like I love a vision board and the idea of manifesting your reality, for some reason, like when it comes to New Year resolutions and planning out the new year, I just kind of avoid it. And I saw a TikTok a couple days ago, I'll link it down below, and the creator was talking about how she was in a room full of successful people, and they were saying that they actually plan their year out in quarters, and they were already on planning Q2. And when you break your year down like that, it becomes less overwhelming. But the thing that really caught my eye about this video was when she was showing how she was breaking down her new year. There was like a personal development, relationship, just like more emotional section to it. And I really liked that. And that got me thinking about another thing, which is, you know, like at the end of the year, everybody does their 2023 or whatever year it is, their wrap-ups of the year. And I find like before it used to be, you know, like the collages, the carousels, the squares, and now it's video. And most of the videos I've seen are highlight reels, you know, they're showing the partying, the traveling. I can see why people would choose those moments to summarize their 2023. But for me personally, a lot of the moments that I think defined my year weren't necessarily like picture perfect things. They weren't things that were even captured on camera, which is why I found the fact that she had like a personal development, emotional relationship section so interesting, because I was like, yeah, a lot of my goals or things that I'm most proud of or things that like I think about when I think about the year aren't really things that would look good in a video. And so it made me want to ask myself this question and you all this question of who do you want to become in 2024 aside from career goals and like travel goals and things that might look beautiful in a video. Who do you want to become within you? When I think about the new year that way, about the person who I want to evolve into, planning out my 2024 doesn't feel as like scary and overwhelming. Not to say that I don't have career goals, financial goals, travel goals, but for me, I think I want 2024 to be focused more on like how I grow as a person versus how I grow on the outside. So I actually wrote down a list of 5 things that I want to accomplish in 2024 that are related to like the person I want to become. I think this list will grow and change, but right now, the first thing on the list is radical self-acceptance. I want to experience radical self-acceptance or achieve. I don't know how to word that, but that's a huge goal of mine because I think that that bleeds into every aspect of my life. And I would love to experience the feeling of just accepting myself and loving myself so deeply. And that's also something that I'm going to be taking into my ayahuasca ceremony. That's something that I really want to focus on with the medicine of like getting to that place. What do I need to do to radically accept myself? And I think that I've made a lot of progress in 2023, but I still feel like I have such a long way to go. And I don't want to stop that work because, like I said, it bleeds into every aspect of my life. And I think that I would have like healthier relationships with other parts of my life if I could get this to a good place. The next thing on my list is deepening and healing some familial relationships, specifically the relationship with my younger sister. This holiday season and going back home to LA for Christmas like made me realize how much I am loved and supported. And I think for a long time I felt like I was on my own, and because my family had XYZ issues that like I didn't have a family, but I do. And I want to focus on like deepening my relationships to my family and prioritizing time with them. And prioritizing time with my younger sister and healing our relationship because it's quite damaged, and it's really far from like the type of sisterhood I want to have. And so, yeah, that's a huge goal of mine. The third thing on my list is invest more time in learning about history in general, and also my family history, the history of my cultures. This time in the world, everything happening with Palestine has made me want to educate myself on the history of the world and indigenous people, so that like I can just be a more informed person. Honestly, like just know what's happening in the world and why it's happening, and all of that. So just deepening my history in general, and then learning about my family history, asking my grandparents, who I'm lucky to still have around, questions about family history, doing my own research. This is something that I think is really important, and I'm not always going to have access to them and be able to ask them these questions. The fourth thing on my list is deepen my activism work. Like I said, if this time has taught me anything, is that like we cannot really depend on our leaders. And I want to learn what I can do to advance people, to work towards freeing people, freeing Palestine, freeing Sudan, freeing the Congo, freeing Haiti. Like, what can I do? And I really love everything I've learned through social media, and I love the social media activism, but I want to take it a step further, like take it off the screens. What can I do in the real world, even if I'm not in those places? And the last thing I wrote was I'd like to invest time in learning more about psychology. I think that's kind of at the core of everything I do, all of the things that I'm interested in. And there was a minute like last month where I'm still considering going to school for this. I applied to a community college out in LA, and I want to take courses about psychology. I think it would be really good for me to have that knowledge, and I just need to figure out when the timing is right, and if like a traditional like educational institution is the right direction for me. I know that there are so many other ways that I can learn, so just trying to figure out what form of education is best for me. But yeah, that is another huge priority of mine. And so now I want to turn the question around to you. Who do you want to become in 2024? What things do you want to prioritize? Unrelated to your career, unrelated to financial goals, like who do you want to be and how do you want to get there? I can't believe I'm already posting the final video of the year on my channel. I want to say just like thank you to each and every one of you who have tuned in, who have supported me, who have commented, who have been here for a really long time. I do not take your support, your attention, your words for granted, and I'm just really grateful that you're here. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your year. Thank you so much for showing up for me. Thank you so much for being patient with me, and as always, thank you for being here.